Have any of you guys ever watched Madagascar?
I have. It's not. It's all right. I prefer the second
Do you
one.
remember that?
But
Do you
anyway,
remember
welcome.
that scene where Alex tried to make help out of bamboo, but then the pea fell and it wrote hell?
And it turned into hell. Yeah. So anyway, welcome back to Doom 2016. We're in hell. Actually, technically, we're into the fire, like the game just said. But who gives a fuck?
So did we go?
Yes, he is here.
So did we go through the fire and the flames?
Well, we've just gone through them. We're just going through them right now. We just got to carry through it.
Lovely.
Got to carry on.
And now we get Sprint crazy scene.
Crazy holographic scenes.
Christ.
I mean, the story, like you said, the story in Doom is kind of almost non-existent. Like the actual story of Doom, aside from killing shit, is kind of non-existent. But it's an attempt. Also, this weapon is fucking amazing.
It's the
The Gauss
Rail cannon.
The Gauss cannon.
No, Gauss cannon. Gauss cannon. Still the same thing. It's a rail can. It's a rail gun.
No, it's not.
it reminds
it's a
me of
cannon.
the weapon that Zarya from Overwatch uses.
It kind of does. It kind of does, but this is more like a continuous like spurts of energy instead of just like a long stream of energy.
Yeah,
and you can't shield yourself.
yeah. Not only that,
fire.
but instead of an orb, it has like one of those weird-looking laptop fans in it.
Oh yeah, the frickin' weird ass CPU coolers in their in laptops.
Yeah. I mean, look,
Which-
I get that you're space constrained, but why is it that laptop fans look so bloody weird? Like,
Don't ask
like,
me.
I look-
ask Dell or something.
like, I look at them and I'm like, how are you cooling 300 watts? The answer is not.
Magic.
I think on my laptop it's like 165 to 100. I think it's 180. I think that's what my that's what the power adapter says anyway.
Okay, when you said 180, I thought you meant 180 millimeters. I'm like, that's a big ass fan on a laptop.
That would be a big ass fan on a computer. Like the standard is 100.
well,
the standard
yeah,
is 120.
I mean, laptops are computers, but you're right. It would be pretty ridiculous on a frickin' desktop, let alone a laptop.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of feel like we need to see a revolution when it comes to laptop cooling. But then I say that, and I'm of the strong opinion that if you want high performance, you don't get a laptop. If you want portable high performance, that's a different story. But most of the times, unless
Yeah.
you're like a trucker or you work on a boat or whatever, unless you're always on the move, you don't need to have like a high performance laptop.
No, I guess not.
I've always hated the idea of gaming laptops. I never liked them, and if I'm going to get a new laptop, because I'm not even sure if I'm getting like a new laptop, I could just be like using a tablet instead, because like my laptop, if I turn that on, I can use it for maybe 2 hours. And if I close it when it's on 50% and I open it a day later, it's at 38% or something like that. And meanwhile my tablet will just have like week-long battery life if I just put it out if I just use it every now and then. It's great. Like, especially considering that I paid not even 300 for it. I may not be a fan of Samsung's phones, but their tablets, Really fucking good.
This is why with laptops you keep it plugged into the charging bay, so it doesn't die.
Yeah, and that leads to your battery going bad, meaning that it degrades even more. It has lower performance.
And it also leads to your lap feeling fucking hot as shit.
Yeah.
Because the fans are working so hard to keep your CPU cool that it's blowing the hot air out of the laptop and into your lap.
Yeah, and laptop is traditionally made to be used on a table where it has ventilation.
On your lap.
When it's on your lap, it actually blocks like a lot of the exhausts, which means that the fan has to work even harder.
Which kind of defeats the purpose of it being a laptop.
Yep.
Like, I can't stand laptops, to be perfectly honest. Like, I get the appeal, like, not the appeal, I get why people use laptops, because they want to have, like, a portable computer in their hands, so they don't have to constantly, like, so they don't have to wait for, so they don't have to wait to get back home to go on their computer and work.
Yeah.
But you're also just hindering yourself remarkably by using a laptop.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. The only reason why I've been on gaming laptops for so long, or
also
not even for so long, but the main reason why I picked up my gaming laptop in 2016 was pretty simple. I didn't have money, and I started a new education. So I could point at a reasonable price gaming laptop and be like, yeah, for school.
By the way, like, this episode onwards, you're gonna see, you're just gonna see sped up footage, because I am the worst at navigating. And also, my powers of observation are just fucking awful.
Yeah.
And I just, and spoiler, I make fun of myself when I edit my own videos. Because, you know, self-deprecating humor is funny.
So, like, what is the logic behind the keycards in Hell being skulls?
Because
metal.
And also, there's a lot of skulls in Hell.
They're not made of metal, they're made of skull.
Well, yeah, they're made of bone, Edgy.
Yeah. Just like me.
Don't question it. It's Doom. I do appreciate that these kind of log tablets actively like you know, speak while you're playing it, but I kind of wish it would last until it ended, and not just restricted to like how close you are to it.
Yeah. Also, that voice. Do you think the voice acting?
Something that BioShock does a lot better with the
Yeah, Eternal does.
I can't think what they're called.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Eternal does that a lot better.
Unless the first one is the first one you ever find in Infinite, which has the N-word in it.
Yeah.
With the hard R and everything.
Yeah. No, it's not that.
Thank you.
It's not.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's Spanish for black.
Yeah, I okay. Well, the safer version of that.
The quote unquote safer
Are they really?
one.
I mean, I don't want to have like a.
You can still You can still use that one if you're talking black in Spanish.
That's still not good, I mean, even in Spanish.
Look, I don't want to have a long-winded conversation on when something is racist and when it isn't. So I'm not.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Granted, yeah. Infinite really is not a few things. I mean, Infinite is not aged well because of the time period.
Yeah.
That's set in.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Well,
which is really funny because if you think about it, They don't do that for Bioshock 1 or 2.
I don't know why, but like actually, Infinite's kind of weird though.
Yeah.
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 I'm gonna be honest. I spent a long time being kind of turned away from Bioshock Infinite, because I remember when I had just gotten into PC gaming, there was this one guy who I consulted at the time because I was new to it. I didn't know what were like good PC games to get, and there were a couple of ones that he like recommended to me, and some of them I didn't really have any interest in, and Bioshock Infinite was one of them. I looked at the trailers, I looked at some gameplay, and I was like, this is not my thing at the time anyway. And he just kept talking about it again and again and again, and it led to a point where I just got sick of hearing about it from overexposure, and it led to just me really disliking it. And it's one of the main reasons why to this day I still haven't made an effort, even if I do own the game twice, or well, once. One, the collection on the Epic Games Store, and the second one being the collection on PS4. But that's not owned, that's being taken hostage by my PS Plus subscription, which I don't have at the moment.
Yeah. And
to be fair, I kind of feel like Bioshock is one of those games I want to play with keyboard and mouse, because if it's anything like Prey 2017, well, I'm hearing that as like a bunch of similarities to it, and I love that game on keyboard and mouse.
Surprise, surprise! An FPS, a first-person shooter adventure game that you need that feels better on keyboard and mouse than on controller.
Can you even call Bioshock a shooter? Like, I recall Bioshock Infinite having like a bunch of gun mechanics.
No, but you shoot splicers.
Yeah, but I recall one being more melee focused.
That their build set, their build type.
Yeah.
Right.
Cause like if you use if you want to use the wrench, then you have one of your main plasmids be the freeze plasmid
or the shock plasmid.
Well, both.
Oh shit.
Coco Demons.
Caco Demons, yes.
I don't care. I call them Coco Demons.
Okay, when you say when when you say it like dude, hold on. When you say it like that, you make it sound like they're part of Coco.
I was about to say Coco Demon. Isn't that like that that children YouTube show that is rotting their brains?
That is actually physically designed. That is actively designed.
I call them Coco Demons.
I mean, look, you can call it whatever you like, but just so you know, you're wrong.
I know that.
Okay.
I don't care.
Okay.
Typical.
Okay. Then I'll accept
typical fucking Reddit behavior here.
Okay.
No. At least I'm doing it because I know it's silly.
And also, I know it's silly, and I can't really change that.
Yeah.
So I'm just letting
that's
let it happen.
Reason why I call them Coco Demons. I know they're Caco Demons, but I don't care. I'm doing Coco Demons.
Like, okay, well, I want
to. They're ball shaped. They're like Cocoa Puffs.
Okay, wait. Like I said,
they're demonic Cocoa Puffs.
It's been like so long ago.
Oh wait, that's why.
It's been so long ago since
they're balls.
Cocoa Pops.
I thought you called them. Honestly, I thought you would call them like. Never mind. I was gonna say something about Reese's.
Based off that show you guys were talking about.
I thought you were gonna say something about Reese's Puffs for a second there, which makes no sense.
Okay, they're the same thing. They're the same cereal type.
I mean,
let's be straight on.
I mean, fair enough. So is Nesquik.
Yeah.
I'd say Nesquik is even more similar to Cocoa Puffs because with Reese's Puffs, at least there's a little bit.
Reese's Puff has peanut butter.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Reese's
there's some variety in it.
Yeah.
Why am I suddenly thinking about Misery from Maroon 5?
I don't know. Why are you thinking of Misery from Maroon 5?
I don't know.
I've never heard of.
I've never heard that song either.
Okay, I should probably explain. Somebody made like a change to that song where they were rapping about Reese's Puffs. I need to show that to you guys after this recording.
Oh, that's not Maroon. That's not Maroon 5.
No, it's a song Mystery from Maroon 5 that they put that on.
Did they sample the Reese's Puffs theme in that song? Of course they fucking did.
Interesting.
And it's one of the main reasons why I constantly skip that song when it comes across my playlist. Although, to be fair, it's on my favorite. It's not even close to my favorite Maroon 5 song anyway.
Why? Okay, then remove it. Yeah.
No, I don't want to remove songs from my playlist.
Why not?
Because it's not cringe. I just don't listen.
You make it.
I just don't listen to it as. Look, there's a lot of songs out there that I frequently skip in my playlist. That don't mean I want to see them gone.
Okay, fair enough. There are songs in my playlist that I also really like, but I don't really feel like hearing them too. So I can understand that logic.
Yeah.
So you're gonna see me like use. You also see me use like the chainsaw any chance I get.
Yeah.
Because this chainsaw, like I said previously in this playthrough, the chainsaw in this game is fantastic.
Yeah, it is.
By the way,
especially considering you can get health when you use it.
No, well, no health, but no, you get ammo when you use it in this game.
Oh, I thought it was.
you're thinking about Eternal, I think. No, you're thinking about the glory kills. Glory kills.
Yeah,
give
glory
you
kills.
health.
You get, and chainsaw gives you ammo. And a whole shitload of ammo because this game expects you to use your guns all the time. Surprise, surprise! It's Doom.
Yeah. But to go back to the subject of music, did Spotify start mailing people about their Spotify Wrapped yet?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I
haven't got
it, or I didn't pay attention.
Haven't gotten a chance to see mine yet.
Right. I'm not sure if Apple Music does the same. I recall them doing something like that last year, but I haven't received it just yet. It's gonna be.
I usually don't bother like checking out my Spotify Wrapped every year because I just listen to the same shit.
I mean, that's why.
And I'm just gonna see the same. And I'm just gonna see the same shit every single year.
That's why it can be such an eye opener. I still remember when in 2019 when I was still using Spotify, my most listened songs for that year was "Go West" by the Village People, and I've got no clue why that song in particular I listened so much. Maybe it's because I was in a constant depressive state. I needed some like joyful songs to listen to, and I just landed on that particular song.
You say it's an eye opener, but the thing is, I like the songs that I listen to every year, so I like what I listen to, so I don't really see any reason to change it. Call me cringe, but it's just my feelings on what I listen to.
I'm quite curious though to see what my iTunes/Apple Music equivalent is going to be, because I listened to a lot of the soundtrack for Anarchy Reigns, but as I mentioned in, I think a different playthrough, they removed that from iTunes for some reason, and I guess
maybe their contract expired.
Well,
which is kind of the only.
It's a logical explanation, but keep in mind that stuff like the Sonic Unleashed soundtrack is still on there, so it cannot be a Sega thing. And this one song from Bayonetta that I've got on there is on there as well, so it cannot be a Platinum thing. And maybe it could be something because one of the artists for the soundtrack was like, I want more. But if that's the case, then it would just be the problematic soundtracks that would be removed. They wouldn't remove all of them. And besides, I don't think that my man Doja Reyes would be that much of a narc. For those who don't know, Doja Reyes is basically the the one contributing most of the significant pieces for Mad World and Anarchy Reigns, and his most iconic lyric will definitely be Doja Race, because he's one of those kinds of rappers that says his own name. In case people forget. But yeah, because a pretty significant portion of my daily soundtrack has been removed, that means that it's going to be all up in the air what's going to be on my Wrapped.
I have a feeling like down the line when Spotify or Apple Music or anything just gets out of control with what they put on there and what they remove, everyone's probably going to do the smart thing and probably just go back to like CDs.
I don't think CDs will.
Or something.
I don't think CDs will ever return, to be honest. The main reason why
me neither.
Like iTunes and Spotify was so popular was because of convenience. So I don't think that CDs are going to return. Albums on CDs wouldn't return. I think that people are just going to want to digitally buy their stuff, and maybe they'll put it on like a mixtape or something. But keeping in mind that, you know, cars no longer have CD drives in them anymore. Well, modern ones anyway. They don't have CD drives in them anymore. I don't even think that the PS4 and PS5 can play CDs, which is kind of weird.
I think they can actually.
No.
They can still play CDs.
No, when
really?
I got Persona 5 Royal and it came with a soundtrack CD, I could not play that on my PS4.
Okay, the PS4 is kind of surprising. You'd imagine that that's like the last PlayStation system that would allow you to use CDs.
Yeah.
But I guess the PS3 is the last one that uses CDs.
Yeah, and to be fair, with the PS3, I do appreciate that because the PS3 has like a whole bunch of multimedia features in there, which I think is a damn shame that you don't see them much anymore. Like the original Xbox and the PS3 are definitely the GOAT on that. The original Xbox, because it just straight up allowed you to import your songs to like certain games. So in the original Grand Theft Auto games, you could have your mixtape radio station or user track player, as it's called. And on PC, that feature is there as well. And on the PS3, you could just rip your CDs to the internal drive and play those while you're playing your game. I still remember when one thing I used to do countless of times when I was younger, when I would play Sport Champions, the gladiator fight, I would love to put like this song I was listening to a lot at the time. I'm not sure which one it was anymore. I think it was Black Eyed Peas. It probably was Black Eyed Peas.
I mean,
it was Black Eyed Peas.
I mean, it was definitely a product of its time, the whole multimedia craze, especially,
I thought you were going to say Black Eyed Peas.
Especially around the 90s.
I mean, you want to talk about, like, early or middle 2000s and maybe early 2010s, your mind goes to Black Eyed Peas.
Mm-hmm.
Or will.i.am in particular.
Yeah.
I mean, same thing.
Yeah, but will.i.am is just... I don't know what the fuck he's doing nowadays.
will.i.am to the Black Eyed Peas is what Freddie Mercury was to Queen.
Queen, yeah.
Yep.
And the same goes for, like, what's his name? Fucking, Gerard Way is like the equivalent. Without Gerard Way, you wouldn't have MCR.
Yeah, although admittedly, I do like that. I don't know what's her name, but the one who sings in Meet Me Halfway. I like her voice too.
Fair. Okay. Yeah.